Good morning, world. Day 2. Slept in the car here at Hangeul, Buon. It was very, very, very quiet, which was very, very, very nice. After my meal last night and the last few trekkers that came by, that was all I saw. So very peaceful here. Water came up last night and then it's receded again, way out, farther out than it was before when I arrived yesterday. But anyways, I'm gonna wash my face, get a coffee, and then get back on the road. Oh. You want to know something crazy? No coffee. I forgot the coffee. I bugged out so quickly yesterday, I forgot my frying pan and I forgot my coffee. So let that be a lesson to you youngsters out there who want to do this camping thing. You gotta make a list. Check it twice. Or else you're gonna be waking up in the middle of nowhere with no coffee. I think we're gonna get on the road here. No coffee. Let's go search for some coffee. Gotta go back down this road that I came up yesterday. Success. Trail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All along the coast here. Maps are always useful. JiriSan, that's a waterfall. Naeso Temple. Naeso is a temple. And we're down here. So we were in the tidal flat experience zone. See, that's what happens when you don't have a plan. You end up in the tidal flat experience zone, where I could have ended up over by a temple or even a fall. So we camped back down over here. But a peaceful little morning, little village down below. Mostly pensions. A pension is basically like this place is called Hangeul pension. Basically they're room and board for the travelers. Don't know how many people are local here anymore. A lot of these coastal places, it seems, are mostly for Koreans wanting to get away from the cities. So there you go. Nice morning here in South Korea. So we're going to be heading to Naeso. Naeso is a Naeso Temple. There's the flat out beyond. But I stopped here. I wanted to show you something. This is the Juntong Chat Jeep. Juntong means traditional. Chat, I guess, is tea house. But this architecture is kind of typical here from the traditional. Made of kind of a mud, stucco almost, kind of the Southwest American style. This is a tea house, but they always look kind of mushroomy. Pretty cool, I think. Very kind of natural flowing with the earth. No hard corners, you know. Everything's kind of rounded. And mud. So we're kind of driving through a certain section of this national park here. We're gonna go check out the temple. Hopefully it'll be a nice one. Well, I just checked my video, and it seems that a number of my videos either were sped up or not recording, so that kind of sucks, because I had a pretty good few vids of the entrance to this place. But anyways, if nothing else works, here I am at Naeso the temple. It's a beautiful blue sky, and we are entering a pretty large temple. You always basically go through these gates where there are certain gods, demons, something, I don't know. But look at that. Beautiful trees. They've got temple stays here. You can come and stay for a day or a few days, maybe even a week. Meditate, pray with the monks. Temple stay is back there. I'm not sure what the name of this mountain is. Umak music festival. So I'm gonna show you this tree again. I'll show it to you again on the way out. But these are called gamnamu. This is a persimmon tree. Persimmon. They're still pretty small. But in the autumn, October, which it is now, all of the tree leaves of these trees will fall, but the fruit remains. And it always reminds me of Christmas trees, kind of, just with the ornaments hanging, which it's a pretty unique tree. Speaking of unique trees, look at this massive tree here. Boho Su Gun Namu. And it basically says Chanyan, 1,000 years. Nuti Namu Naeso Sa. That's a beautiful tree. Massive. So these are tiles for the roofs, and you can write a prayer on these tiles. Write a prayer for your family, decorate it however you want. Obviously you have to pay for it. And then they put it on the building, I presume. Here's another way to pray. Buy one of these little bells. And I guess when the wind comes and the bell rings, your prayer is sent out into the ether. Whoa, as I almost fall off this thing. There's a lot of bells. Or you can buy a little lantern and you can write your message on there. This temple's got it all. Speaking of it, it's got all these. Over here there's a big drum, bell, and a fish. I guess they bang the drum to call to prayer, ring the bell on the hour. And then this fish, dragonfish, I don't know. Basically, they have kind of a wooden stick that they would go up and bang on the inside of that to make noise. But this right here, this is the, what do you call it? I don't know. They swing it and hit the bell with it and make the noise. This is kind of a traditional old looking temple, actually. Not as colorful. I like the natural wood. The white. This would be a kitchen in here. Traditional kitchen. Cook your rice in there. Up here is where all of the educated monks would do their education, reading. Here's an old pagoda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3-story stone pagoda. 3-story atop a 2-tier base. Buddhist monks, I presume. 안녕하세요. 여기서 너무 멋있어요.
네, 멋있어요.
네. Alright, there you go. Here's a persimmon tree with all of its leaves on it still. The persimmon are much, much larger. Ooh, there's one there. When they get soft, actually, in Korea, the softer they are, the harder they are, they're more crunchy, obviously, and then they get soft. And then they also like to, they dry them. And the dried ones are sold in stores as well, pretty popular. Obviously, as they dry, the sugar content rises. I prefer the crunchy ones. Back when I used to eat fruit, I don't eat a lot of fruit these days. Kind of a bit of a carnivore these days, so going with the meat, which is something I probably shouldn't be talking about here in a Buddhist temple. And I'm gonna be off the wagon. I think I'm gonna grab some Korean food on the way out of here. And then, of course, every good temple has a souvenir shop. You can come get your incense, mortar and pestle, or a bracelet. A lot of the things are zodiac, so I would get like the Chinese animal zodiac. I am the year of the pig. And you have the rabbit, the tiger, the ox, snake, boar, a lot of different ones. Hang it in your car. That looks like temple stay clothing. Someone possibly made an escape. Dropped the clothing there. Did a midnight runner. Couldn't handle the solitude. I have yet to do a temple stay. I don't know if I will. I've always wanted to. Not really in the mood to do the prayer necessarily. I can find my solitude in the mountains. I don't need to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I don't go to church, although I was born Catholic. You can find God most anywhere you look, as long as you look. The temples, the cathedral. And aside from the parking fee, this is free. Beautiful temple. All right, so that's the entrance, and with every entrance to a temple, they generally are lined with some restaurants. selling anything from clothing to your bracelets, and obviously a lot of well, cafes and good food. So I think I'm going to sit outside and have some Cheonggukjang. Cheonggukjang, I haven't had that in a long time. Sanche bibimbap is a good one as well. I'm going to walk down a little bit farther. Again, got your Sanche bibimbap, Hangeul pajan, which is a Korean pizza. Dodokgui is a root. Bajirak kalguksu is kind of a seafood noodle dish. Baekhapjuk, juk is a rice porridge. Bajirak jan, bosot, I guess, probably mushroom in there. Dotorimuk is acorn jelly, kind of pretty tasty. Cheonggukjang, bajirakjuk is again the porridge. Godunga is the fish. Donkas is a pork cutlet. Galchijorip, I guess, is a fish, I don't know. Chokko Bekban. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier if it's on video, but these are your pajan. Or in Spain they call it a tapa. Side dish, small dishes. And then over here, doenjang jjigae. Oh, which one do I want? I don't know. Alright, so here we go. It just got ordered. Give you some rice, big moth, bug, something. This is Sanche Jenshik. Underneath the kim, which is not my favorite, you got an egg and just some vegetables. And rather than the typical soup, she gave me some Cheonggukjang, which looks a little bit weak, in my opinion. And then here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 side dishes. We got some kimchi, some mushroom. I'm not sure what that one is. That would be onion. That's more kim, and that is bean sprout. So we're gonna set up and watch me eat a little bit of this. But for the Sanche Jenshik, you take your rice and you stick it in the bowl. And I'm going to take a bit of that rice and put it in my soup. And then what they do, bibimbap is basically mix. You mix it all together. Put a little bit of that on there. Some sauce, mix that together, and you eat it. Here's the finished version with my Cheonggukjang, and it's actually, another thing that they put in this is a sesame oil. So I like the sesame oil. It smells good, it tastes good. There's sesame leaf in here as well, and this is the Cheonggukjang. This is a fermented bean soup, and a lot of the foreigners, the Koreans think the foreigners think it stinks. I don't think it stinks. But they say it smells like dirty socks. I don't think it smells like dirty socks. And although it looked a little bit weak at first, it actually has a very good taste, which is what is most important. It's got tofu in there. Both foods that I don't really eat a lot of these days. This is the tofu and the veg. Got a little bug over here. But when in Rome, you eat like the Koreans. It's a little sweat bee after my bean sprouts. The bean sprout is one of my favorite side dishes. That dude really wants my bean sprout. Alright, go for it, dude. Try this one. Pretty sour. That's very sour. Onion. Make my breath smell good in the morning. Bosok, which is mushroom. And kimchi. All very good. Yummy, yummy. So when I first came to Korea, bibimbap was the very first meal I ever had. It had an egg, a runny egg on top of rice and vegetable, and I thought it was pretty strange looking. But like most Korean foods, it really grows on you. Because I am mostly carnivore these days, I don't eat it a lot. But it's fresh. Again, sanche. San means mountain. Che is vegetable. And bibimbap is kind of just a mixed bowl. And it depends on the restaurant you go to, but every bibimbap has a little bit of a different ingredient in it. But they all blend well together. If you're not carnivore, if you're an omnivore, Korea, for my money, has some of the best traditional food in the world. In my opinion. Alright, there you go. Overall, it was pretty yummy. Side dishes, I've had better, but the sanche bibimbap was good, and the soup, cheonggukjeong, was good. So overall, a pretty strong thumbs up for this restaurant here in Naeso Temple. Time for a coffee and hitting the road. Let's go. All right, I'm back where I started, and I don't think I got video for this, so I just wanted to show it again one more time. But this old man, I'll show you a video of him a little bit if I didn't get the audio, but he lives in that house up there, and I came in here to show you these persimmon trees. The persimmon tree, and he has a beautiful garden, and also over here is a sungyu. Sungyu is pomegranate. So there's a pomegranate tree in Korea. You don't see pomegranate trees very often in Korea, but you see the persimmon trees often in Korea. And this is where he's showing me that he has a little bird earlier. So in case that video doesn't work, 안녕하세요. That might be his wife. But they have a beautiful garden here. And he was a lovely man to talk to this morning, so hopefully some of that video will come out. If not, it wasn't meant to be. But so we're gonna head back to the Chuseok the parking lot, retrieve my car, and I think I'm gonna continue just driving without any destination in mind along the coastal road until we get back to the mainland area and off the wetland, and then we'll head inland to JiriSan. 안녕하세요. One more thing. Here's the makgeolli. 안녕하세요.
우리 막걸리.
우리 막걸리 여기에서
여기 막걸리 최고.
여기 최고 진짜
진짜. 여기뿐이 없어.
생고. 하지만 아침에 막걸리 안 먹어요.
Why?
아침 운전해야 돼요.
가지고 와서 집에. 홈.
몰아요. 한 병 얼마예요?
여기에 특산품입니다.
얼마예요?
5,000원.
5,000원?
큰 것이 5,000원.
아 작은 병
작은 것은
얼마예요?
없어.
하?
그냥 막걸리만 있어. 오지 막걸리는 큰 것뿐이야.
이거만
이것이
여기에서
여기서만
오케이.
나와.
복분자 뭐
오디 막걸리
5,000원이에요?
5,000원.
오케이, 한 병 주세요.
한 병?
부안 우리서 여기에서 너무 멋있어요. 좀 왔어요. 네.
Where are you from? America?
Yeah, originally, but 네포 신도시에서 살아요.
내포 신도시.
알아요?
오케이.
충청남도,
우리 아들이
홍성.
롯데 물산 다니는데 내포 신도시 롯데 건물이 지어져. 그래서 우리 아들이 자주 가.
Okay. Yeah.
그래서 내가 인지 잘 알고 있어요.
Yeah, 네포 신도시, 홍성, 예산 사이. Alright, 오늘 밤에 마셔볼 거예요. 감사합니다.
알아요?
That dude was a good salesman. He was telling me that the makgeolli, which I said earlier is the rice wine, he said it's the best, and it's in this area only. So again, you know, I'm trying to be a good boy, carnivore, no booze, but sometimes you just have to say fuck it, especially on a holiday. You know what I'm saying? The makgeolli's cold, and I'm going to keep it colder in this thing here. It's going to go in there like that. But he said that his child, I told him where I was from, well, living here in Korea, and he said that he has a kid that's over in that area. So it's a small world, and it pays to be nice. It's not always the easiest thing to be nice these days. I see videos of people being angry all the time, and it kind of trickles into you, I think. So I think it's very important to get away from the computer, get away from the internet, get away from the whole thing, and just go take a walk in the woods, or to a temple, or to a waterfall, or wherever, out into a field, a rice field, a wheat field, a cornfield. Maybe not a cornfield, not a lot to see there. The point is, get away from it, get away from technology, which is what I'm on right now, and which is what you're watching me on, if anybody is watching. But the point is to get away from it all and talk to people, even though it may be in another language. Eye contact. Eye contact is the important thing. Human touch, contact. That's my rant for now. Let's go take a drive.